Good morning. So how many of you here are following the World Cup at all? All right, fantastic. And how many of you are going to bolt out of here as soon as Armina wraps it up? And I know one. Okay, great. Listen, if you're on the fence, we have put on your chair something that you can use to justify watching a soccer game at 9 a.m. on a work day. So look for that, and it's all you need. So now I also know which talk I get to give today. I was half afraid that I would have to give the same talk that I would have given 20 years ago. In 1994, when the US hosted the World Cup, this country did not know what was about to hit it. So it's really great that now I don't have to explain why the World Cup is so special, or even that, no, it's not that sailing race. 20 years ago, we had to do that. So what makes the World Cup so special to me is its global nature. American sports fans, they know passion. But when you mix national pride and team passion, it dwarfs anything we have here. College basketball, sorry Dave, NFL, whatever, it just doesn't compare to the World Cup. So the Olympics, of course, are a global event, but there's so many different sports involved. The only event where you have the whole world playing the same game is the World Cup. So the part that we're watching right now is only a part of the equation. The month-long tournament that we're watching, FIFA calls this the World Cup Finals. Over 2 years ago, over 204 member nations started the qualifying competitions that winnowed it down to these 32 teams. There are 209 member nations of FIFA. That's more than the United Nations, which only has 192. So in 1994, I was working with the organizing committee, and I was fortunate enough to attend 10 games. The great thing about being a lawyer for the World Cup is your job has to be over by the time the games start. Like, the contracts all have to be signed, they have to be in place before that first whistle blows. So some games I had to work, which was fantastic because it's all ready, right? So my job was to take a lap around the stadium, make sure everything looked like it was going okay, and then find a seat, and usually in the blazing sun in my polyester blazer that all the executives had to wear, watch the game. Other games, I was a ticket buyer, and I'd paint my face and cheer along with all the rest of the fans. And it was amazing. I got to see some fantastic games and really soak up some amazing atmosphere, like Giant Stadium, which was completely draped in Irish flags by all those Irish fans that had come to cheer on their team against Italy. Or Brazil. Brazil brought their culture with them, converting fans as they went, and spontaneous parties would spring up wherever they went. By the time we got to Pasadena in the final, I think the whole world felt like they were Brazilian, or at least like they were going to party like they were Brazilian. But my most poignant memory of the World Cup is actually France '98, when the US played Iran. I always get choked up about this. So my husband and I were both working on the 1999 Women's World Cup, so we took 2 weeks off and we went to France. So I was just there as a fan, which was great. So I was wearing flag pants, team jersey, face paint, Uncle Sam top hats. I probably even had USA socks on, as I do today. Flag wrapped around my shoulders, as thousands of other US fans did, and thousands of Iranian fans did too, in their national colors and their flags wrapped around their shoulders. Now, in 1998, a mixed crowd of Americans and Iranians, that could have been a really volatile situation. And it was anything but. It was amazing. There were fans from both sides calling, greetings, words of encouragement, messages of peace to each other, just in the streets as we walked past each other. My Christmas card was me arm in arm with Iranian fans. It was a very special moment. I was stopped by a Brazilian journalist who asked me to describe how I felt with all that brotherhood going on around me. And I was really almost at a loss for words to describe the powerful emotions that were going on that day. So, of course, the game was a complete disaster for the United States. We lost to Iran 2-1. That goal scored by Brian McBride was the only goal that we scored the whole tournament, which, of course, was a very short tournament for us, only 3 games. But as we left the stadium completely dejected, the words of encouragement between the Iranian and the US fans, it continued. The words of support, the sharing was still going on. And that's what the World Cup does. It brings people together. Even rivalries that can be really fierce from time to time really mean a special bond and a special connection. And they can be really unlikely rivalries. Who would have foreseen a US-Ghana rivalry? Ghana is a country to which I have no other connection. But Ghana will always have a special place in my heart. Not necessarily a warm spot, but a connection nonetheless. And that is the magic of the World Cup. So go USA.